everyone, and welcome to our all-age service. Just in case you've forgotten what day it is today, I hope that song reminded you. Today is Father's Day, so I thought we'd light our candle this morning for all the fathers. Dads, granddads, godfathers, stepfathers, adoptive fathers, uncles and all others who have been father role models for us. We know not all fathers are perfect, but we do know that just as a good father loves his children, you, God, love us infinitely more. You are a good, good father. In today's story, we are going to read about a father and son who didn't have a perfect relationship. The father in the story represents God, and I hope today you will go away knowing that there is nothing we can do that can ever separate us from God's love. So our reading today comes from Luke chapter 15, the story of the lost son, or the story of the loving father. Jesus told this story about a boy who ran away. Once upon a time, there was a boy and his dad. Now, one day, the boy gets thinking, maybe if I didn't have my dad around telling me what is good for me all the time, I'd be happier. He's spoiling my fun, he thinks. Does my dad really want me to be happy? Does he really even love me? The son never thought of that before, but suddenly he didn't know. So the son goes to the father and says, Dad, I'm better off without you. I can look after myself. Just give me my share of your money. His father is sad, but he won't force his boy to stay. So he gives his son what he wants. The son takes the money and goes on a long, long journey to a far-off country. And everything's wonderful and perfect for a while. He can go wherever he wants, do whatever he wants, be whoever he wants. He is the boss. He is free. Sometimes he gets a strange, hungry, homesick feeling inside his heart. But then he just eats more, or drinks more, or buys more clothes, or goes to more parties until it all goes away. But soon his money runs out, and so do his friends. He ends up getting the only job he can find, feeding pigs. One day, he is so hungry and so desperate, he even tries some pig food. "What am I doing?" he says suddenly, as if he has woken up from a nightmare. He spits, "Yuck!" all of it, ick, out of his mouth. "My father is rich, and here I am in a pigsty, eating their food." He wipes his mouth and dusts himself off. "I'm going home." As he starts for home, though, he begins to worry. "Dad won't love me anymore. I've been too bad. He won't want me for his son anymore." So he practices his "I'm sorry" speech. All this time, what he doesn't know is that day after day, his dad has been standing on his porch, straining his eyes, looking into the distance, waiting for his son to come home. He just can't stop loving him. He longs for the sound of his boy's voice. He can't be happy until he gets him back. The son is still a long way off, but his dad sees him coming. What will the dad do? Fold his arms and frown? Shout, "That'll teach you," and "Just you wait, young man"? No, that's not how this story goes. The dad leaps off the porch, races down the hill, through the gap in the hedge, up the road. Before his son can even begin his "I'm sorry" speech, his dad runs to him, throws his arms around him, and can't stop kissing him. "Let's have a party," his dad shouts. "My boy's home. He ran away. I lost him, but now I have him back." Jesus told them, God is like the dad who couldn't stop loving his boy. And people are like the son who said, "Does my dad really love me? Does he really want me to be happy?" Jesus told people this story to show them what God is like, and to show people what they are like, so they could know, however far they run, however well they hide, however lost they are, it wouldn't matter, because God's children could never run too far or be too lost for God to find them. I'm now going to hand over to Sherlock, who is interviewing a father and son who had a very similar situation to the one we've just read about. Over to you, Sherlock.
Hello everyone, it's me, the great detective Sherlock Holmes. You haven't seen me lately. I've been working undercover on a very special case. Today I'm here to tell you about another case I've been working on. I was asked to find a missing son. This is the story of what I discovered. Ralph, it's nearly midday. We really need you to help in the harvest in the fields. Ralph, are you up yet?
Ugh. Can't anyone get any sleep around here? I need my rest. Why should I have to work all day?
Come on, Ralph. We need your help. Most of us have been up since dawn.
Nag. And keep the volume down, please. I have a rather bad headache. And don't ask me what time I got in last night because I can't remember. And don't lecture me about the company I keep because, quite frankly, I don't care.
Ralph, one day half of this land will come to you.
One day? It can't come soon enough if you ask me, and then I can do what I want.
Ralph!
Don't Ralph me, Father. In fact, seeing as you're probably going to be around for quite a few more years yet, I mean, you are as strong as an ox. Why don't you just give me my share of the estate now and let me get on with living my life the way I want to?
Well, if that's what you really want, Ralph, I'll arrange it.
Yes.
Not long after Ralph's conversation with his father, he packed up his things, left home and set off for a distant country. There he enjoyed all the freedom he wanted, without restraint of any type, indulging himself in any way he could.
This is the life. That's a good donut. And yes, decent wine. Shame about the headache. Oh well, a party a day keeps Ralphie, happy. Now, where shall we go this evening? How about Reggie's Casino? I hear there is an exclusive party there for those of us with money. And then we could go on to Moon's nightclub and dance a night away. It's a shame that they only open until 5 a.m. Oh well, this is the life. I think I'm going to get half a dozen pizzas. I can't decide what flavour I fancy. Oh, well, maybe a dozen. Oh, I do love to eat. What I want and when I want it.
Before long, Ralph had spent all of his money. About the same time, there was a severe famine in the land, and food was really hard to come by. Ralph was in great need, so had to look for some way to earn some money. He ended up hiring himself out to a man who set him out in the fields feeding his pigs.
I'm so hungry. I can't believe I wasted all that money. Why on earth did I order half a dozen pizzas and only eat one of them? What a fool I have been. And oh, what a dreadful smell of these pigs make. Ugh. Ugh. And what do I get in return? Day after day I have to get up early to feed these smelly creatures. In fact, I'm so hungry that I'm even tempted to eat their pig food. I don't think you can get much lower than this. What a mess I'm in. Why did I treat my father like that? He is such a good and generous man. Even the servants who work for him get fed really well. There is always food left over. And I need to go back and apologise to him for treating him so badly. I don't deserve to be called his son anymore. Maybe, just maybe, he might take me on as one of his servants. Wow, that was interesting to see that situations like that still happen today between us and God. In our story, by asking for his share of the inheritance, the son was effectively saying to his father, "I wish you were dead." But look where he ended up when his father's money ran out. His life was a total mess. But the story didn't end there. The son came to his senses and said he was sorry, and he was met by the love and total forgiveness of his father. His father loved him so much that he welcomed his son home with open arms. This is how God reacts to us when we come to him. We make mistakes and we turn away, but whenever we come back and are sorry, God welcomes us. Jesus died so that we could be forgiven. God is the perfect Father. Luke chapter 15 verse 7 says, "In the same way, I tell you, there is more joy in heaven over one sinner who changes his heart and life than over 99 good people who don't need to change." Let's have a look at our memory verse this morning. which comes from Psalm 103, verse 13. The same way a loving father feels towards his children. That's a sample of your tender feelings towards us, your beloved children. Psalm 103, verse 13. The same way a loving father feels towards his children. That's a sample of your tender feelings towards us, your beloved children. We're going to sing our second song now, Father God, I Wonder. We come now for our prayer time. So if you want to wave your hands in the air like you just don't care, give a little clap, put them in your lap, let's talk to God. Dear Lord, thank you so much for our dads and father figures as we celebrate Father's Day today. Lord, you are good, you are awesome, and you are lovely. We thank you for loving us so much. Thank you for being the best Father and always welcoming us back with open arms. Amen. Let's say the Lord's Prayer together.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For the kingdom, the power, and the glory are yours, now and forever. Amen.
Thanks, Peter. I'm just going to read you a thought from Thoughts to Make Your Heart Sing by Sally Lloyd-Jones. And it's called Come Back. God just wants us close to him. Whenever we wander away from him, he says to us, "Come back to me, because I'm gentle and kind. I'm slow to become angry with you, but very quick to forgive you. Come back home to me and be sorry inside your heart. I'm waiting to forgive you. Wherever you are, whatever you've done, just come." Let's say the grace together.
May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all, evermore. Amen.
Before we go, I'll just show you the colouring sheets that you can find on the Wickford Parish website. So this is one of the Son running back to the Father, and it's got our memory verse along the top. And also there's a verse colouring here, Matthew chapter 3 verse 17. This is my beloved, and you can insert your name, I left a space, in whom I am well pleased. So there's two colourings you can find on a church website. We're going to sing our final song as we finish, How Deep the Father's Love for Us. Take care, I'll see you next week. Bye.